Okay, we're going to try this for the 7th time today. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go over Objective 2, 6.3, the first 6 questions. The first 6 questions I'm going to do, I'm going to upload, and then tomorrow I'll do the next 6, and I'll upload those that tomorrow evening, or maybe this evening. You'll see. Thursday. I'll do it Thursday morning or Wednesday evening. We'll see how this goes. Again, this is a work in progress. So I have mine going. I'm going to download onto my phone the meeting so that you can see the paper. Okay. I'll flip my screen. And that didn't work. Okay, so this is as big as it can come. So this is what we're going to be doing. Objective 2, 6.3, we're going to do the first 6 questions together. And here's my stand that I use for my phone. Okay, so we're looking at the first question here, which is question 18, which says the pharmacist put 4 and 536 ounces of vitamin pills into bottles. She put 42 thousandths of an ounce of vitamin pills in each bottle. How many bottles did the pharmacist use for these vitamin pills? Okay, so some clue words. We're trying to figure out how many bottles did she do at the end of all for those vitamin pills. Okay, so let's look for some clues that's going to help us. Okay, so we know that she started out with 4 and 536 thousandths of an ounce of vitamins. And in a bottle, she put 42 thousandths of an ounce of them. So this is actually, we can set this up using a proportion. So we're comparing bottles and vitamins. We know that one vitamin has 42 thousandths of an ounce of vitamins in that one bottle. But we need to figure out how many bottles is 4 and 536 thousandths going to be. We can do this 2 ways. We can cross multiply and divide. Or since when we set up a proportion, if we have our numbers side by side, we divide. So we need to figure out how much of this can go into there. So I'm going to slide this over. So I'm going to set up my division problem. All right, since we have a decimal as a divisor, we need to move that decimal to make it a whole number. So I need to move it, oops, sorry guys, 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So then I get 42. So if I move 3 on the outside, I have to move 3 on the inside. So I'm going to go move 3 on the inside. 1, 2, 3. And then I get 42 and 4,536. So 42 can go into 45. Well, that's easy, 1 time. Which gives me 3 left over. So I know my answer is going to start with a 1. So if I come over to my answer choices, I can look and see that I can eliminate one answer choice, which would be G. Okay. I bring down this 3. Can 42 go into 33? I want you to continue on to figure out the answer here. So that's how we would set up and work number 1. We could set it up as a proportion. Okay. The next question, number 33. Luann is playing a math game. She chooses 3 cards. The value of each card is shown. So the first card is -12. The second card is 3. The third card is -5. What is the sum of the values of Luann's 3 cards? Okay. And then you're going to record and bubble in your answer and make sure you use the correct place value. Okay. So, key word here. What is the key word? Key word is right here. This is sum. We've talked about this clue word. Sum. Sum means that we're going to be adding. So we're going to be adding these cards together. So negative 12 plus 3 plus a negative 5. And remember, same signs, add and keep, different signs subtract. So I'm just going to write that down here. Same signs, add and keep. Okay, so we have negative 12 plus a negative 5 gives me a negative 17. We have the plus 3. So same signs, add and keep, different signs. We're going to subtract. And then which one has the larger sign? So which number would have the larger sign as my total? Make sure that when you put this in your Google your Google form, you put down your symbol if it's going to be a positive or if it's going to be a negative. Okay, that's number 33. Let's go to our next question. Here we go. Serena bought 5 shirts for $6 each and spent $7 on lunch. She paid for the shirts and lunch using her debit card. The change in the balance of Serena's checking account can be represented by the expression below. Which integer represents the change in the balance of Serena's checking account from these purchases? Okay, so keyword there. All right, she bought 5 shirts for $6 each. So each shirt costs $6. That money is being taken out. So we know that we're dealing with some negative numbers, but we know we're going to be multiplying. Remember, when the number is in front of the parentheses, that means to multiply. So we're multiplying there. So for her shirts, 5 times negative 6, she spent $30. And remember that $30 is deducted from her bank account. So she spent $30 on her shirts. Her lunch cost $7. So that $7 is being deducted from her account. Remember, that money is directly pulled from your account with a debit card, so it's a negatives. So what would be the change in her balance? Okay, you should be able to find your answer after this step. Number 24. Number 24. Let me move my camera down. Which expression can be represented in the number line below? Okay, so there's 2 different ways we can solve these types of questions, guys. I'm going to show you one way you can do it, and then there's another way that you can look at it. All right? Either way will still get you to the answer that we're looking for. So if I look, I started at 0 and I ended up at negative 8. So I know my answer would equal negative 8. Well, we have 4 examples here, and we need to figure out which one is going to give me that negative 8 as an answer. So if I look at 0 minus a negative 8, that's the same as saying 0 plus a positive 8. And 0 plus 8 gives me 8. That's those 2 the same? Let's think about that. Negative 2 times 4, well, negative times a positive gives me a negative, so 2 times 4 gives me 8, so meaning a negative 2 times a positive 4 gives me a negative 8. H, well, we have same signs, so same signs, we add and keep, so 2 plus 8 gives me 10, So a negative 2 plus a negative 8 would give me a negative 10. And then we have negative 2 divided by 4, which is a negative 2 over 4, which reduces to a negative 1/2. So now all you have to do is look and see, well, which one is going to give me the correct answer. On a side note here, we can look and we can say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 groups of, and each one was negative 2. Well, which one shows me 4 groups of negative 2? It's another way you can look at that question. Okay. The last 2 that we're going to be doing. A team of workers took 167 and 3/10 of an hours to complete a task. A smaller team of workers will complete the same task, but it will take them 1.25 times as long as it took the first team. Based on the information of workers, which statement is true? Okay, let's look and try to find some clue words here to figure out what I'm going to be doing. All right, there is a keyword there. Look for the keyword to tell me what operation I'm going to be doing. If you haven't figured it out, it's in the second line here. Guys, look for those clue words there. 1.25, 1 and 25/100 times. And times means to multiply. So I need to multiply. Okay, let's check that out. Well, if I look, I can eliminate 2 answer choices, can I? Because 2 of them have multiply, 2 of them have addition. So I can eliminate 2. Then I have to come over here and I have to do some math. Well, I already know I'm multiplying, and it tells me what numbers I'm multiplying. So I'm coming over here and I'm going to multiply 167 and 3/10 and 1 and 25/100. Which one will be my answer? Okay, last one that I'm going to work on for tonight is number 19, and it says, which statement about 3 multiplied by 2/3 must be true? Multiplied. It even tells me what I'm doing here. 3 multiplied by 2/3. So why don't we solve that real quick? So 3 times 2/3. Well, if we need to make 3 into a fraction, we just throw a 1 under it. When we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. So 3 times 2 gives me 6, and 1 times 3 gives me 3. So I'm left with 6/3, and 3 can go into 6 2 times, which is equal to 2. So I know my answer is 2. Now, figure out which category would it fall into. And always remember that when you multiply, so I'm going to put a little note over here. When you multiply by fractions, you can't see that. I'll see that. Less than 1. Less than 1. Your product decreases. Or your product is less than. Your product is less than your factors. Less than a factor. Okay. All right. So those are the two the six I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to go ahead and save this Screencastify and upload this so that hopefully that this can help y'all with those. And then later this week, I will do the other six, kind of walking you through, and hopefully that will help you on this. Y'all have a good night.